Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading going from the 11th through to the 17th of March. Yes, it's those two awkward weeks at the beginning of March which we saw in your monthly readings. And this week it was tied into the King of Pentacles and the Five of Cups on your relationship side. And on your financial side, it had the Three of Cups and the Temperance card. The overall energy was the Knight of Swords. Was it the Knight or Page of Swords? Knight of Swords, sorry. Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords. So it could be this week here that within your relationship side here, you're taking control of the situation. You're not allowing disappointments in others to bring you down. On your financial side, this is where you're getting your patience is being rewarded. That's what we're sort of taking from the monthly. But let's just see what's going on for you with all of that. As I said, the sun's dropped out in March, and I think this is what's caused these first 2 weeks in March, which is a little bit non-gratus, sort of non-existent sort of thing in the way of energies. And energy in the earth is a lot more sort of vibrant because of all the activity that was in February. If you want to know about these sort of things, about the energies, about prana energy, about ley lines, chakras, auras, that sort of thing, you know, go and join us on Cymatic TV and you'll learn a lot of how the vibration or the energy comes through the system. So it's going to pick up, and it's going to pick up, I think, between the 16th and the 21st of March. Note where you heard it first. And you'll see that on Cymatic TV. And I think this is what we're getting ready for. And this coming week here, between the 11th and the 17th, is almost like those tentative first steps on a new journey. Because when the sun kicks in and the energy kicks in again, you got to be ready. You got to be ready. And I think this, you know, I think this is important this week. So anyway, let's go through and let's just see your overall energies. Overall energies here. Karmic message on your relationship side, or your emotional side, or your spiritual path. Could be one or the other. You know, and there's the karmic message on your financial side, your job, your business, and your projects. Influence on the universe, influence on the past self, future self, and the general outcome. So let's just get straight in here with you. Justice card. I think the energy around you and within you is seeking this harmonious balance between the outside and the inside. On both your financial side as much as in your relationship side. It's like your financial side is like, you know, you've got a vibration going on. You're starting to do stuff, but you've got to be patient for the results. And I think this week here, I think your patience is starting to pay off in this week here. So as you get closer to the sun erupting again, you can really step up a gear. On your relationship side, I think this is all have to do with the King of Pentacles, really, that you had in your monthly reading. If you haven't seen your monthly reading, please go and check it out on our channel. So I think here is where you are deciding to put justice into your life. So you're walking away from these disappointments of the past and actually learned a lot about it. And it puts you in much more sort of secure, much more powerful sort of place. Yeah. Chariot card. Once you do that, this is on your relationship side, on your emotional side, this is your karmic mission, is to step boldly and firmly into this new way of being, of respecting yourself. Therefore you can respect others and others can respect you. And I think this is a real victory inside you, actually, because you don't have to fight for respect. That's not the way respect works. You fight for honor more than respect. And I think here is a case of learning the fact that the way you engage the outside world, and this could be that spiritual practice, the way you engage the outside world will mirror in your sort of reality. So this is all about sort of manifesting as well. And once you take that first step, you're gonna start running before you know it. King of Pentacles, yes. So I was talking about on your monthly reading, it was there, and I think it's much more important. I think it's much more an influencer than anything else, and it's coming from the universe here. So you get Justice and the King of Pentacles from the overall energies and from the universal vibration as well. And I think this is about you stepping into your power, knowing, learning from your past, and now taking that knowing or that learning and installing it in your life. Yeah, I think this is the past to your present. Yeah, I think you were stuck. I think you were caught up. I think this is what the Five of Cups is all about. I think it emotionally, it dried you out, you know, and it's like, it wasn't anything nasty. It's just like, I haven't got anything more to give. That's the sort of feeling I get off that. And once you realise that in life, and this could be with a family member, this could be with a friend, this could be with your partner, this could be, you know, with your spiritual practices, whatever it is, once you realise that, that's when you can really start taking some bold steps forward. And you get the Queen of Cups in your future here. And the Queen of Cups is a celebration of happiness, a celebration of the emotions and the engagement of emotions. So like, if I go to a concert to listen to a group I love, you know, or even a group I don't know, and you know, if I just stand there kind of like that, you know, the people around me are kind of going, oh, come on, come and dance, what are you doing? Come throw yourself around on the dance floor. And so if I engage in that, then it's almost as if it's like it steps up the energy. And I think this is where, you know, once you engage your emotions in your future and actively allow your emotions to drive that future, I think it's going to go very quickly for you. A real transition of feeling stuck in any of the relationships that you are in your life to very much more dynamic relationships. And if people can't follow the pace, then, you know, I'm sure you'll meet them again when you come back round, as it were, you know. And what's the overall outcome of this? I think this is the healing, yes, of the Five of Cups. And that Four of Swords there. This is also a gift as well. This is also like a blessing for this person. And they're taking time out, they're regrouping, they're reconnecting to their inner self, their home, their you know, their life. And this is a real gift because it clearly states to you what you should be doing and where you should be going. Queen of Pentacles wants to jump out as well. So there's obviously some sort of divine counterpart going on, especially because you've got the King of Pentacles here coming from the universe, and then you've got the Queen of Cups out there. I think this is where you've got to marry the outside and the inside, because the King of Pentacles is not a DJ. If any of them, I'd say like the King of Wands is more of like a DJ sort of thing. The King of Pentacles is very methodical, very sure, very solid, very knowledgeable. But it also, the King of Pentacles looks after everybody in the group that is around you. The Queen of Pentacles, on the other hand, she's very vibrant, going out, go get it, and she's, you know, she's looking out towards the sea. She's looking to go on a journey on her emotions. And I think this is the difficult thing, that I think you found you might have been stuck on your spiritual path, because you might have been finding it difficult to marry the outside world with what you actually accept in the inside world. And I think one of the big things that I help my clients when I'm doing healing is how to understand what no is all about. And knowing, the thing is with no and yes, is knowing when you should say no and knowing when you should say yes, regardless of the situations. And I think that's what you might well need to put into perspective within your life in order for it to really kick off. And once it does kick off, this is it. Once it does start going and you understand this, it's like riding a bike. You know, when you get on the bike, it's, oh man. You know, I'm lucky actually, because I was riding a bike by the age of 2.5 without stabilisers and everything like that. I had an amazing sense of balance when I was a kid. I still think I do, but you know, but yeah, no, riding a bike, getting back to riding the bike, sorry about that. Just had a really beautiful, I had a lovely red bike that when you cycle backwards, it pulled the brakes. You know, it put the brakes on, so you could skid really easy, even as a young kid. Anyway, yeah. So I think this is where, you know, where you're learning to ride a bike. It's trepidation, it's you know, worry and everything like that. You might come off, but at the end of the day, once you get it and it clicks, and you kind of go, oh, so this is how it works. That's when you can ride your bike really fast. And I think that's what's happening here on the relationship side. On your financial side, as I said, there was patience. You've got to be patient for the victory that's coming in. I think you're going to help yourself enormous amounts if you don't wait, you know, don't be waiting on these victories sort of coming in. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. It's fine. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to get the money in. The money's coming in. You know, you can do that. No. What you need to do here is you need to put yourself first. You need to sort of say, the results are not in. I haven't got the money in the bank as yet. Therefore, wait a minute. And this is no and yes again, I think. And it's putting you first. Once you do that and you're in a good way, then you can, these people that you know, that you're saying that they can do things, let's say you're renovating a house, sort of saying, yeah, you can do the bathroom now. This is sure stuff for them. You know, you've got the money, they're going to get the money. But if, you know, if you kind of wing it and kind of sort of say, yeah, do it now, I've got the money coming in shortly, and it doesn't come in, they're in trouble. This is where the yes and the no is really important in life. The universe here is on your financial side, is saying to you that there is only one path to follow. And I think you've got to be patient about this, and it will bring you harmony, it will bring you the right results that you want. But the universe here is sort of saying, it's like when you go back to our bike, yeah? When you slow down on a bike, you have to sort of start doing that a little bit in order to stay, you know, stay in balance, stay on your bike, because otherwise you'll just fall over. So you have to do that a little bit, you know, go from side to side. And I think, you know, whilst you're waiting around for these victories here, you may be tempted to kind of go, oh, I'll just go off there. Be wary. Be wary of that. And I think the universe, this is where the patience comes into it. Be wary of being taken off your path, my friend. Because you know where you should be going. This is connecting to your past, to your future. And I think the vibration around you over the last couple of weeks has shown you how you want life to be in regards to your job, your business and your projects, your financial sort of side. And I think you realise that. You're realising your inner calling. But now you've got that, you've got to at some point, you know, allow it to come in, allow it to grow, give it that space. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Some people come down to the river, because as they do, it's all very nice. A couple of young kids. It's a beautiful place. Knowing where you should be is really nice. Anyway, let's see what goes on. You get 3 of Cups? Yes, totally. I think this is like, I think that's part of the patience. That you know what you should be doing and where you should be going, and you're being patient about it. But you can see the growth, the interaction with other people, the sort of networking, the way you want business to be, the way you want your job to be, the way you want your projects to be. You know, you want it to be a celebration of life in a way. And I think that's what you're driving to. And it is a case of this week here sort of saying, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if the 9 of Pentacles don't come up there, because I've been saying for the 9 of Pentacles, the thing is the 9 of Pentacles, there's loads of possibilities, there's loads of fruit there. But you've got to be wise and not pick the fruit too early, as well as not pick it too late. You've got to pick it when it's just ripe. And this is sometimes here where you've got to, the Knight of Wands, I've been seeing Knight of Swords, it's been floating around there. And it was the overall energies on your monthly reading. And I think this has got something to do with it. You've got a mission coming up, but you've got to be prepared. High Priestess. This patience of yours is helping you to fine-tune your intuition. So when it does start rocking and rolling on the financial side, and as I said, I think it's because the sun will come through over this week. By the end of the weekend, I would have thought by Monday and Tuesday, really. You know, once the sun kicks in and things start kicking off, you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Okay, let's do a bit of light Seers card. Let's just do a bit of clarification on on all of this. Let's see what's going on with the Justice card. You get the Hermit. Yeah, I think this is it. You know, the Justice card is about balance as well as also getting your just desserts and stuff like that. And the Hermit card is a very, very balanced person. Not necessarily running all over the place. And I think this is tied into that whole patience of it all and an application. Because the Hermit has been through the dark night of the soul. And I think the energy here is trying to sort of cultivate that idea of bringing things to the surface slowly but surely, and almost semi-dealing with it as you bring it to the surface. So then when you do bring it to the surface, it's actually pretty easy to deal with emotionally, energetically, physically, financially, all of that sort of thing. Because you know, the Three of Cups wanting to jump out, you know what is good for you and what is not good for you. And you know your good and bad side of you. And that's what the Hermit is all about. And you've got to start, and the energy is trying to help you to sort of express this new way of being. I think this is on your karmic path to go quickly towards your happiness. And I do think this is. I think this is where you, this week here, you're understanding, or you've got an opportunity to realise that actually making decisions, yes and no sort of decisions, and positioning yourself makes things go a lot quicker, and it makes you a lot happier because things are moving on, because things are actually being, you're building something, you're creating something. Oh, there's two cards that want to come out of here. This is what the King of Pentacles, the influence in the universe, is giving you, right? Okay, so that's all that knowledge, justice, you know, solidness. And this is the sort of choice. It's like, the feeling I get here, you get the Eight of Swords again, which is in your past. Either you look to the past or you look to the future. And I think this is what they're, you know, through the knowledge of what you've learned in life, and yet that's what the universe is asking you to express that learning now and live it through the King of Pentacles. You've got a choice of going backwards or forwards, and this is where this is it. I think that's what that is all about. I think it's a no-brainer, really. But it's got to marry your inside and your outside. That's what you got to do. And I think in the past, I think you've felt yourself a little bit stuck with the situation, and you can have pure victory on this. You could really, I think this is what you want. And okay, so you're being stuck. And the opposite of that is being free. And I think this is what it's all about. Being in this sort of like very loving, passionate relationship with someone else. Or I said someone else there. Or with someone. Sorry. And I think this is from your feeling stuck, this is what comes out. Knight of Wands. Maybe this is the way of connecting the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. It's through your passions. So, you know, it may be a case here where you're feeling stuck because people are saying to you, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. And you've got to be happy when you do it, and you've got to be nice to people and everything like that. And that's what makes you feel stuck. And I think here is sort of saying here, no, only go and do the things that make you passionate. And when you do the things that make you passionate, you can allow your emotions to flow because physically you're doing something. And that's when your passions will come alive, will really come alive. And I think this is that realization, that healing, which is going to allow you to go, yeah, you got the Page of Wands. You know, that's your future self. That's what the ideal of where you want to head towards, right? And that's what that sunshine and that happiness is all about. And that Chariot card, yeah? That is then, and the general outcome for this week is now you're learning or knowing how to play with your passions. That's what I said is the connecting point between the Queen of Cups and the King of, gonna get there, King of Pentacles. Okay, you're learning how to use your passions and connect the two, the inside to the outside. Let's go on to your financial side with the Six of Pentacles, putting yourself first. Obviously, you're working on something here. You're working on a project plan, career move, a business, and it could be that that business already exists, or that job already exists. So you're looking at your career path. Whatever it is, you're looking to take a step up. You're looking to birth something. And I think you're in the process of birthing a situation here. And this is why you've got to concentrate on your path, on what is good for you. And you've got to see, you've got to see things differently. That's with the High Priestess at the end there. That's the overall outcome. And this High Priestess needs to see things differently in order for that High Priestess to make a good decision. And I think here is, I think the universe is sort of saying, rather than running here, there and everywhere, trying to do too much, why don't you just laser focus on the good stuff for you? That's that cup that's giving you the good stuff. And it's a new way of doing things. It's jumping out all over the place. It's a new way of doing things, which will be more in alignment with what you want in the long term, I think. So, you know, keep an eye on your long-term goals. And I think this is what the patience is all about. Look at that. Death and rebirth with judgment. This is it. The judgment is to do with that justice card. It is to do with sort of making a decision here. And I think you've made a decision in the past, because this is what's connecting your past to your future. You've made a decision in the past, which is sort of saying to you, this is what I should be doing. This is my righteous path. And now you've got that. You've got to be patient for the results. This is your future self. Three of Cups, lots of celebrations, lots of victories, connecting with other people, communicating, you know, joyous times. I think once you start, and I think this ties into, you get the Ten of Wands there, right? Okay, sorry for those who didn't know what it was. You get the Ten of Wands there. It's like carrying too much. It's also, this person here has gone on a massive journey. They've collected loads of stuff, which is also that they could use to sell when they arrive at their destination. And the Ten of Wands is arriving. So I think here is like, you've got huge potential of joyous success in your life, yeah? And I think it ties into this, where you have to put yourself first in order for that joyous success to happen, and you're not trying to carry the entire world. Because if you said yes to the person who's putting in your bathroom before you had the money, you're carrying that person. You're indebted to that person. That's what I mean. You know, so I would be very conscious about your attributes, what you've got. The potential of success in your life is brilliantly, but you do have to see things in a leisurely different way. And with the High Priestess, you get the Queen of Swords. She's choosing a direction. She's not just following the path. She is choosing a direction. So once you keep your eye on the goal, the long-term goal, right? And the long-term goal could be going up a mountain. But that doesn't, you know, you can't do it like the crow flies. You can't just go straight up the mountain because you fly up there. You might have to go down a valley which takes you off that way and that way and that way. And I think this is what you're doing here. You're deciding how now. It's giving you a good base and decision making of what is the best path for me to take. Emotionally, mentally, all of that sort of thing. And you're going with it. And once you do, that's when this whole thing here will spring into action. Because she's got the wind blowing at her back. She's got her element really helping her. And I think this is very, very mental. And this is very, very mental as well. This is all about your intuition. So out of this coming week here, I think you're going to get a very clear vision of how to put it all together and what path to follow. There you go, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Don't forget our sister channel, our channel all about energy, Cymatic TV. I'll see you either over there, or I might see you for a private reading, which you can book up in the links in the description below. I'll see you soon. either here or there or everywhere. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.